Welcome back to the Juniper Vale and World Cup Tarot Predictions. Today we'll be doing games played on June 16th, which is Tuesday. Plus, I'm going to add in a game that's technically being played at midnight on June 17th. Again, I do 3 cards for each team, and then I have these 2 Oracle decks for clarifiers to help, because sometimes we get really good info about the team, but it's not clear who's going to win or lose. Yeah. So I've been having a lot of fun so far. I love seeing your comments. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't feel the need to make bets off of what I say. Really don't. So let's get started. Also, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. That would be a lot of fun for me. I'd really appreciate it. Really appreciate the subscribers I already have. Without you guys, I would have nothing. All right. So first game is I'm going to do Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. This is France versus Senegal. And it will be in New Jersey at 3 p.m. So that's Eastern time. 3 p.m. New Jersey. France and Senegal. I know France is a very powerhouse of a team, I believe. But I don't know much about Senegal. So let's see. France may already be a favorite. We'll see what the cards say. I hope everybody's having a good time watching the World Cup. Today is Friday, June 12th. It is 8:12 p.m. Eastern time. So these games are not for another 4 days. But I'm trying to get to them before because it would make no sense to do it after. So France will be on my left, Senegal on my right. So France, what do we got? We have the Star card. We have the Judgment card. And we have the 6 of Swords. I get the 6 of Swords a lot. All right. And then for Senegal, we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot card, and the Page of Swords. I feel like I've gotten all these cards before for other readings on teams. It's crazy. They're the same cards keep kind of coming up, which is very interesting. The Star card is a very good card. It talks about hope and luck. So if you get the Star card and you're playing a game, you imagine that you will have a lot of luck on your side to win. But then France gets the Judgment card. So Judgment card to me kind of says yellow cards and red cards. Will they cause some penalties? And will judgment rain down on them? It seems so. The interesting thing about the judgment is that it could be fair or it could not be fair. The ref could be giving them bad judgments, or the ref could be being very fair. So I think that's something that they're going to have to deal with. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Swords can be difficult. The 6 of Swords in this case is very interesting because it is in a boat. The people are traveling across the river. The swords are not making the boat leak. And the 6s are a lot more calm than a 5. So a lot of times a 6 is kind of like you're quiet, you're thinking, getting through a 5, or you had a lot of fun when you in the 5 card, and now you're kind of recovering from that fun. So it is about practicing self-care and keeping it simple, right? You're catching your breath. So right now it seems like France has a lot of luck on their side, but they're going to be getting judgments. And then they're going to have to kind of catch their breath at the end. For Senegal, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Pentacles, not just about money, but they are also about physical capabilities. So it's very good to have the Pentacle card show up when you're talking about sports. And these are a 9. 9s are pretty great. They are wisdom through experience, and they're a reminder not to get caught up in the big picture. You don't ignore those that are around you, but you know what you want and you know how to get it. So that's a very strong card for Senegal. So they have great physical capabilities as a team. Then we have the Chariot. The Chariot is great because it's like you are on your way, you are ready to go, you are moving, you are traveling. So that may mean that they have a very good offense. Um, they may actually retain the ball more than France. They have a lot of energy. And then they get the Page of Swords. Pages are a little bit more naive. I think between the two teams, I would say France is probably more of the traditional heavyweight team. Senegal maybe a little bit more of an apprentice, or at least compared to France, right? So, but they have the Page of Swords and they're ready for battle. So they are willing to learn, they are hopeful, and they're preparing for success. So I feel like right now the cards are a lot better for Senegal. So let's see what we get with the Oracle cards. So Oracle cards one for France and one for Senegal. France has the Magic Wands. Senegal has the Fox. Those are both kind of good cards. The Magic Wand is about willpower, intention, and manifestation. So they definitely have that willpower to do well. They are focused on that. So even if they get judgments against them, they're going to take that in their stride. And I think you kind of see that with the Six of Swords as well. For the Victorian Phantasmagoria for France, I got the Clown. For Senegal, the Fox. The Fox is cunning. And it also talks about deception and lies. But I think in this case, they're going to be very cunning. They are going to do very well. They're going to move around that field like a fox. And I think that is very good. I think that's very good for them. For their Phantasmagoria card, they got Haunted. So, Clown and Haunted, what does that mean for the teams? The Clown is creepy, illusion, exaggeration. I think maybe France will be exaggerating being hurt. We see that happen in pretty much every soccer game or football game. Somebody is like, oh my God, it's the worst day of my life. And there's also this weird illusion that comes with it. And I think that may be the faking being hurt. So I think they're going to try that. I think they're going to try that a lot. The Haunted card is Torment, Anguish, and Obsessed. So for Senegal, they are cunning. They are strong. They're ready to move. They're a little young. Haunted kind of says to me like maybe they're feeling a bit nervous, right? Maybe if they get any mistakes, past mistakes, it may stay with them and it may kind of stick within their head. Torment, Anguish, Obsessed. So if they make bad plays, or if France really starts scoring goals, that may bring them down. They may not be able to deal with that much. It may kind of torment them in a way. So they have to be careful of that. Do I get a clear winner here? The Manifestation card for France is a very good card. If they want it, they can do it. They can manifest the win, and they have willpower. If they have judgments against them, they take it in their stride. They are very lucky. Senegal, very strong. They're going to be all over the pitch, controlling it. But they still have a little naivete. They're cunning, but I think their heads aren't completely Their mind isn't strong, in the sense that if one bad thing happens, that may bring them down. So, in all honesty, if it were just the tarot cards, I would have gone with Senegal. But because I have that magic wand for who am I doing? France. Um, and they got the star card. That's a lot of luck. That's a lot of manifestation. That's a lot of willpower. And them not falling apart after judgment is very good. So I'm going to go with France. The haunted, I think, is not going to do well for Senegal. That's going to really bug them, especially if France starts really clowning around. I think that's going to mess with them. So I'm going to go France. I think probably the easier bet is to say France anyway, but I'm saying France because of this magic wand, the star, and they seem to handle the judgment well. And I think they kind of get in Senegal's head. Like with this clowning around, they know Senegal is very good. Senegal's going to kind of rule the ball. They're very cunning, but they know that Senegal is maybe a younger team. And so they get in their heads. So that's how I see these cards. So I think France is going to win because of that. That's very interesting. I'm very curious about that game to see what happens. And I'm very curious about the USA Paraguay game tonight because I saw Paraguay winning, but it was a very, very tough game. I got all major arcana. And I don't want to say I reluctantly went with Paraguay. I feel like it was very close. So I don't know. I think if Paraguay plays their cards right, they could win. But that's tonight because today is June 12th. Now, next game, June 16th, Iraq and Norway. They will be playing in Massachusetts, Eastern time again, at 6 p.m. Norway and Iraq. Two teams I don't know much about. I know that Scandinavian teams are generally strong, but I really only know that about like Sweden and the Netherlands. So I don't know what Norway is like. And I don't know anything about Iraq. So let's see what we get for Iraq and Norway. Iraq on my left, Norway on my right. Let's see what kind of game they're going to play. All right, Iraq. You have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And then the Four of Cups. Norway has the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Wands. This is interesting. Interesting. So Iraq, Queen of Cups. Cups are about emotions, social relationships, comfort, the unconscious mind. They can help to point to a solution. Queens are wise. They have fantastic qualities of leadership, feminine qualities. They're not intimidated. So I think psychologically, Iraq, they are a strong team psychologically. They will not be intimidated. They know what they're doing. She's really staring at that cup. She really wants that cup. She really wants that World Cup. The Ace of Swords. Aces are about beginnings, and they talk about a lot about focusing and having that clarity of purpose. The swords can be difficult situations. In this sense, though, because it's a game, I feel like they are very focused on the battle, right? The battle of the game. They are ready to battle, which again goes along with the Queen of Cups in the sense that psychologically they're ready. The Four of Cups is a little different. The Four of Cups is an interesting card because you see this person, they have their arms crossed. They're looking at their three cups. Someone is trying to give them a fourth cup and they are not paying attention. So They may be, I don't know if I want to say a little too confident, but they may be missing opportunities. There's going to be some opportunities and they're going to miss them. So that could cost them, could cost them points, especially. Who are they playing? Norway. Norway has the Knight of Wands. Wands are great. Great cards because they talk about willpower, strength, creativity, right? Knights are action, kind of messengers and action cards. This knight, the horse is rearing up, ready to go. This is not the fastest knight of the deck, but I would say he's the second fastest. So he is ready to play. Norway has a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of creativity. There's also the Nine of Cups. Nines, again, are very good cards. They know how to get what they want. This guy is like the merchant, right? He has all those cups. He's got tons of cups. And cups in this sense are, that psychological kind of health and also relationships, meaning they communicate well. So they're a team that has a lot of enthusiasm. They're communicating well. And then we get the Five of Wands. So fives are usually difficult cards. But in this sense, you see how here the Five of Wands, they are fighting. This could be the team fighting amongst each other, but since they got the Nine of Cups, which I view as very good communication between the team, I think this is saying that they are ready for the fight. So they're going to put up a big fight to win against Iraq. So these two teams seem like they're going to have a good game. But who's going to win? Right now, from just these tarot cards, I couldn't tell you who would win. Iraq does have some missed opportunities, though, and I don't see any really bad things on the way for Norway, as long as they are communicating between each other well. All right, Iraq Oracle card, the Scythe. Sudden cut, danger, separation. Norway Oracle card, Magic Wand. It's a good card. So the Scythe talks about danger, separation. I think they have to be very careful. A sudden cut. They could lose some players to red cards. They could lose some players to injuries. So, and it could also be that missed opportunity, right? Like they're missing something. I think they have to be careful. The team may have injuries. Their Phantasmagoria card is Resurrectionist. Norway has the Magic Wand. Magic Wand is great. Magic Wand is about willpower, intention, manifestation. Goes well with the Knight of Wands. And also goes well with the Nine of Cups, especially for manifestation and intention. And willpower almost looks like this part where they're fighting each other with the Five of Wands. I think that's them fighting Norway v. Iraq. I don't think that's infighting within the team. Their Phantasmagoria card is Vampire. So we've gotten both of these cards before. The Resurrectionist was about the God complex, the thief, ruthlessness. So I think Iraq is going to play very hard. And I think that's what causes some danger for them. They need to be more careful. I think they're going to have injuries. So that's not good for them. The Vampire is about uncontrollable passion draining. Again, passion. That's very good for them. They may tire themselves out in the end, but they have a lot of passion, Norway, going on. And that's very good, especially with the Magic Wand. So I'm going to go Norway. Yeah. The Oracle cards definitely set it up a way for me to see who the winner would be. So I'm going with Norway. All right, Norway. Don't make a liar out of me. I don't have anything against Iraq. I mean, Iraq could win too. I don't know. But my cards say Norway. Cards say Norway. So what comes after this? is Argentina and Algeria. So, Argentina, they were the last ones to win the World Cup. They got messy. They're a very strong team. So, without even putting down cards, I'm already going to say Argentina. But I'm going to put down some cards and see what they say and see if that's what the cards say. And then in the end, I'm going to go with the cards. So they are playing 9 p.m. in Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know which time zone that is. It's not Eastern, I don't think, and it's not Pacific. So it's either Central or Mountain. Probably Central. Most likely Central. So that is 9 p.m. Central, most likely. Argentina versus Algeria. Argentina on my left, Algeria on my right. Okay. Argentina. You got the 6 of Cups. Ooh, you got the 10 of Swords. Oh, and you got the 6 of Swords again. I keep getting that 6 of Swords. I think people are going to be very tired. And Algeria. Algeria has 5 of Cups. The Queen of Wands. And the 2 of Pentacles. So these are interesting cards. 6 of Cups here, you can see a person and probably a child. They kind of look like they're giving the child a cup that has flowers in it, or the child is kind of giving it to them. Either way, there's this sharing of like resources. Cups are that intuition communication. I think this means that the team communicates very well. They share information with each other, and that's very good. The 10 of Swords, though, not good. I mean, look at this person. This person's been stabbed in the back 10 times. That almost says to me bad refereeing. They feel like they've been stabbed in the back. But they have the 6 of Swords. Again, we see the 6 of Swords of people in the boat making it across the river. They're going to make it across safely. They're a little tired. They're a little relaxing. Taking it easy, but they're not in danger, right? So that's very interesting. Algeria has the 5 of Cups, which is 3 cups have fallen over. This person is only paying attention to the cups that have fallen, not the cups that are still standing. That says to me that they are focusing on bad things. They're not in their game, right? In the proper headspace. They're only looking at things that go bad. They're not looking at things that go good. The Queen of Wands is good though, because the wands are about that willpower, that enthusiasm, that drive, which is what you need in a game. Queens are wisdom, right? They are wise. They are not intimidated. They have developed skills. So that's very good for Algeria. So they have a lot of enthusiasm, but they tend to focus on things that go wrong. So psychologically, they may not be up to par. They need to refocus. The 2 of Pentacles is about trying to find a balance. So I think that and the Pentacles are about those physical capabilities. I think they're having a bit of a problem finding a balance when it comes to their plays on team. Maybe they're really good defense, not good offense, or vice versa. Like they're constantly changing who's on the pitch, right? They're trying to find that correct balance, and they're having a real difficult time with that. So let's do some oracle cards. Right now, I would still be going with Argentina because even though they feel stabbed in the back, they make it through. Algeria has fantastic enthusiasm, but they're focusing on the wrong things and they're having a hard time balancing balancing out their game. Oracle card for Argentina, the heart. Oracle card for Algeria, the bear. It's not bad. So the heart is about love, emotions, warmth. They're a very loved team. They love what they do, right? They're kind of beloved. Messi is very beloved. So they have the heart, and that's very important to have. They love what they do. They love playing, and that's a good sign for them. The bear for Algeria does show strength, power, and authority. So they are a very strong team. But are they in the right headspace? That's the question. They are a strong team. They can do well. Maybe their game against Argentina is not the game for them, but maybe later on in other games, they do better. For Phantasmagoria, Argentina got Seance, and Algeria got the Boogeyman. So Seance is about messages, intense, ancestral energy. So to me, like what's interesting about the Seance card is you have a whole team there, right? They are doing a seance. They are working together. They're manifesting. They're creating what they need, which goes well with the heart, right? So it's intense. It's ancestral energy. They already have the cup from the last time. And that is kind of helping them in a way to propel them forward. They know they can do this again. The boogeyman. The boogeyman is fear, anxiety, and fright. So Algeria, they need to kind of get themselves together because they are focusing. This bogeyman is showing up here in this 5 of cups and in this 2 of pentacles. They have the enthusiasm and they have the strength, but they're nervous. They're nervous, and I would be very nervous having my first game be against the champions, right? Who wouldn't be nervous about that? And I think that's going to work against Algeria. So I'm going with Argentina for this one. I'm going with Argentina. Sorry, Algeria. But it is very hard to play the champions as your first game. I imagine that would be very tough for them. All right. So who's next? We have Austria and Jordan. So they will be playing in Santa Clara, California. That's Pacific time. And it says they're playing at midnight. So technically they're playing June 17th at midnight, which is Wednesday. So Austria versus Jordan. I mean, Austrian as a European team may be strong, but I don't know for sure about that. And I don't know how Jordan's team is. So this I'm coming at blindly. I'm not sure if there's a favorite. I'm not sure anything about either team, which is why I kind of like looking at every single game because I like it when I don't have a specific feeling about either team because I really don't know anything about them. So like my conscious mind is like, who knows? All right. So we got Austria on my left, Jordan on my right. So Austria, we got the 2 of swords, the tower, ooh, and the 4 of cups again. Man, that 4 of cups. For Jordan, we have the 9 of cups. We have the 3 of pentacles. Ooh, and we have death. Oh boy. Well, this is very interesting. The tower card, not good. The death card, not good. This is going to be an interesting game. Definitely need the oracle cards for this one. So, Austria. 2 of swords. 2 of swords is... 2s are about that balance. They can also be about making decisions. The 2 of swords, the person is blindfolded. They're holding 2 swords. You know, swords are usually difficult situations. You have to be careful because they're double-sided, right? Something good could happen and then something bad could happen. um, especially if you can't really see. So there's this feeling of, for Austria, there's this feeling of the unknown. Something's not working out well, and then we get the tower. So the tower is very bad. That's destruction, right? The tower is being struck by lightning. People are falling out of it. It's on fire. Not a good card to have. It's almost like their team falls apart. Um, and then they get the four of cups. The four of cups, right? You have this person with their arms crossed. They're looking at the three cups they have. They're being offered a fourth cup, but they're not paying attention to it. That's missed opportunities. Somebody's offering them something. Missed opportunity, right? Maybe they had an easy goal they could have gotten, didn't go for it, didn't see it, missed it, whatever. So these aren't very good cards for Austria. Jordan, we have the Nine of Cups. Cups are good for intuition. They're about communication, relationships. Nines are those, you know what you want, you know how to get it. That means strong communication to me as a team, which is very good. You need to have strong communication. The Three of Pentacles, we have these three people. They're kind of working together on something. Threes are about, when you think of a three, you think of trinity of mind, body, and spirit, which is very good, I would say, for a team, right? You want that healthy psychological aspect. You want that hope and that enthusiasm, and you want to be good at what you do. You want to have strength, right? So that's what a three says to me, that all those things exist. And pentacles are about those physical capabilities. So that is a very good card as well. So right now, Jordan, I think, is set up very, very nicely. But then they get the death card. So death is like loss, right? Death is change. So do they lose somebody to an injury? Possibly. Do they lose the game? Possibly. It's very strange because Austria has the tower, and that's not good either. But then Austria's three cards here, I wouldn't say are good. I would say Jordan definitely has two good cards. But then you get death, and death is like, oh, goodness, that's like terrible. So we definitely need some oracles here. All right, one card for Austria, one card for Jordan. So Austria gets the ring, commitment, contracts, union. Jordan gets Power Stone, energy, support, stability. That's pretty nice. So the ring, commitment, contracts, union. I mean, commitment is good, right? They're committed to they're committed to the championship. They are committed to each other as a team, which is very good. But it's definitely not as strong as a Power Stone. Power Stone's energy, support, stability. So Jordan has that energy going for them. They have a lot of support. That would do well with the communication with the cups and that three, that trinity. So Phantasmagoria. Austria has a secret. Jordan has a seraphim. So the secret, what does the secret mean? Hidden truth, cryptic, blackmail. That goes well with the tower card. Hidden truth, cryptic, blackmail. I think that just means like lack of communication, which is probably why they have missed opportunities. They're committed as a team, but something goes very bad for them in this game. There's something that there's an ability that they can't focus on, and that could have to do with their communication with each other. And I think that's going to cause a lot of missed opportunities. The seraphim was about divine fire, purity, and holy obsession. I think that just goes well with the power stone. They are, you can see all these little eyes on the seraphim, right? Wings and eyes. I think this is saying that Jordan is a very strong team. They're looking out for each other. They're very stable. So even though they get the death card, these other cards are all very good. So the death card to me does not mean loss, does not mean losing the game. They could though lose someone to injury, say for example. They could maybe not get as many points as they would like. It's so weird because part of me says I think Norway will win, but the cards to me say Jordan will win. Did I say no? Austria. Sorry. My intuition wants to say Austria for some reason, but the cards don't say Austria. The cards say Jordan, like straight out Jordan. So I think Jordan is going to win. I don't think it's like a tie thing. Maybe it's a close game, but in general, Jordan has the much stronger cards. So I'm going to go with Jordan. All right. Wow, that was 4 teams already. So much fun. So much fun. So I hope that is fun for you all too. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I'm at like 400 something right now. Again, today is June 12th, Friday. This is for the games on June 16th, Tuesday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping the Oracle cards help me to narrow down who wins. Because my track record is meh right now. So I'm hoping that the information from the oracles actually help me to focus more on that. So thank you for watching. Please pull some cards if you'd like to see who else would win. Leave who you think will win in the comments. I'm very curious. I want to know. We'll have our own little friendly competition, and it'll be a lot of fun. So again, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Have a good night.